One of the dreams I've always had was racing with the Porsche, and today this dream comes true. I am in Misano for the first race of my life with the Porsche, and I will tell you all about it. What car is it, what championship, what it's like to drive it, and most of all you will discover an amazing anecdote about this specific car. Wait, first of all I just wanted to enjoy it for a little while, so turn up the volume and listen to the music of this car. It's one of the most beautiful things mankind has created. But calm down, one thing at a time. I am in Misano at the Fanatec GT World Challenge, the same championship where Valentino Rossi races. Wow, cool, so I'm racing in the GT World Challenge with a Porsche GT3? No, because the car you're seeing is a Porsche GT4. Okay, but wasn't GT4 in Italy dead? Yeah, because last year I raced at Mugello in GT4, and sadly we were the only team in the race. Because with GT4 nobody wants to race anymore in Italy. So if GT4 in Italy is dead, where am I racing now? So I'm happy to tell you that GT4 in Italy is not dead at all. But exactly like Harry Potter Phoenix, it has officially risen again. Formula X Italian Series has launched from this year the GT4 Italy, which is a starting grid entirely dedicated to GT4s. And to make things big, we are racing this stage as a side race of the Fanatec GT World Challenge. So the GT4 Italy has just started and is growing a lot. So in 2024, I feel that this championship will be a bomb. So how does the championship work? This is the only Italian GT4 championship with the official SRO license, and the grid is totally dedicated to GT4s, so it's not mixed with GT3s. Investing in a GT4 today also opens the door to the European. Because in fact today the European Championship also runs here in the same weekend, and there are 40 cars on the grid. That means we really needed somebody to revive the GT4 in Italy. And Formula X had a great idea. And you know what? I will tell you that I'm thinking about it for 2024. However, for those interested, I have linked the reference page in the description. Well, enough talk. Now I want to try. So we're ready for the first session. Now, this car has a very important story for me because it's something about my past. I'll tell you in a few minutes. And first of all, today the heat is unbearable. We're gonna suffer the whole weekend, but I'm pretty sure it will not be as bad as it was in Vallelunga with your NASCAR. Trust me.
Com'è?
È bellissima, è una meraviglia.
Devi solo curare ancora 2 o 3 piccole cose. Cioè, devi dargli fiducia,
ok,
al momento giusto.
Quando?
Quando ti serve.
Okay, so I've been scammed because they told me, do you want to come and make a GT4 race? And you know, when I think about GT4, I think about a couch, air conditioned, drink, really comfortable. Man, they told me it's an old GT4 car. Guys, this is the old school car. No air conditioned, no comfort, no drink. It's so hard, it's so exhausting. But guys, it's so fun to drive. Man, it really broke me. And you know what? It's harder than I thought. It's really challenging to drive.
At this point you may be wondering, why am I talking about old cars? Let me explain. GT4 is a racing class derived from supercars. Porsche, Mercedes, Audi, McLaren. It's similar to GT3, but it's less expensive and goes a little slower. GT4 was created in 2006 by SRO with the idea of being a more affordable supercar class than GT3. Okay, but what is this SRO? It's an international organization that has been working in motorsports since 1995.
which today organizes the 24 Hours of Spa, the Intercontinental GT Challenge and the Fanatec GT World Challenge Europe, and which in 2006 created GT4. The question is, if GT4 is made of different cars, how do you make sure that they all go the same? Because, I don't know, for example, if Audi was faster than all of them, everybody would buy Audi. Well, the answer is simple. BOP, balance of performance. SRO basically takes all the GT4 models, takes them to the track, has its professional test driver test them, and therefore creates the BOP. That means that the cars that are too fast, they make them go slower by limiting and ballasting. While those cars that are too slow, they make them go a little bit faster by unlocking them. So with the BOP, basically every car is the same. Okay, so going back to my car. Why am I talking about an old car? Because the car I'm racing this weekend is a 2007 Porsche 997 GT4. So it's one of the very first GT4 ever made. And this car in particular has a very special history. 8 years ago, I was working at the racetrack as a videomaker and photographer, and every Tuesday I would see these exact same Porsches running around. I'm talking about the GT4 and the GT3 Porsche from Auto Orlando. And I would say, wow, what a spectacular sound they make. And look what I found on my old YouTube channel, this video, which I shot with my little camera 9 years ago. Back in those days, I used to watch them, film them, and dream. And I've always been saying to myself, someday I will drive them. 9 years later, here I am. How cool it's life. But in all of this, I haven't told you about the team, Auto Orlando, which means Orlando's cars. Orlando Redolfi, born in 1948. First he was driver and then a tuner. He founded his own workshop. And that's exactly the man who explains me how to drive these cars. He founded the team in 1972, and now he's a reference for Italian Porsche owners. Some results: first place in the European Le Mans Series in 2006, third place in the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 2007, first place in the Italian GT2 2008, first place in the European GT4 AM in 2017, and in the same year, Orlando also wins a Casco d'Oro from Autosprint, which is the same prize I won 2 years ago. It's a pleasure to chat about racing with him.
Che bello! Wow, mi mancava questa esperienza. Sì, molto bella.
Meanwhile, I analyze the data with the engineer and analyze the driving with my friend Andrea Fontana.
Un metro a sinistra e guadagnare qualcosa lì per avere una buona progressione. Di usare un po' di più, tanto freno dentro.
Ma la prima parte o nella fase finale frenata? Sì, qua mi sono trovato dopo meglio ad alzare qua.
Hai fatto ancora più basso però.
Ok. So, my problem is that I take everything literally, and they told me, you have to brake hard, you have to brake super hard, you have to slam the brake. And I did it. And I did it too much. It's a car which is very different from any car that I've ever driven. Completely a different sport, but it's a cool sport. I like it. The lap time was good. P5 against cars 10 to 15 years younger, so I can be happy about that.
Misano has always been magical for me. Every weekend I've raced, I've always had a session or a race at sunset. And when you enter the track, it's magical. You see the sun setting right there in front of you. And that makes me remind my first motorcycle racing in 2018, or my TCR race in 2019, or that fantastic victory with Predator in 2021. You know, motorsports is just wonderful.
Va bene, dai. Grazie, come sono andato?
Sei primo.
Ma davvero?
Sì. Certo che sei primo.
Ma assoluto? Dei GT4? Sono primo!
Sei primo, amore! Voglio dire che sei un vero pilota!
Non esageriamo adesso.
Guarda,
And now we put the new tire.
che io voglio la pole position.
Anch'io lo voglio.
Ma io più di te.
No, però secondo me è la gomma. Cioè, quando la gomma è messa così puoi andare a cambiare quello che vuoi, ma ho proprio cambiato la guida. Cioè ho iniziato a frenare 5 metri prima. Ecco, dare più appoggio, fidarmi di più dell'appoggio. Ok. Che bomba, raga. Credo che alla fine quello che dovrebbe fare ogni pilota è fare quello che gli dicono di fare, no?
Fare il pilota.
Cioè, se fai quello che ti dicono, frena lì, gira lì, curva lì, non dico che fai il miglior tempo, però magari fai le cose un po' meglio, no?
And it really is. One of the things that I've always been recognized for in life is the ability to learn very quickly. What I prefer to say is that if somebody tells me to do something and literally do the exact same thing they told me, that's it. That's all. I don't come up with anything special. So if someone gives me the right directions, I improve. So I am P1. That's crazy. There is also Andrea Fontana racing with us. He's a driver of the Italian Porsche Carrera Cup, but he has a technical problem on the car, so he can't go as fast as he would. That's too bad, because I really would have loved to compare myself to him. And now, night falls on Misano, and it's time to go for qualifying. At night. Wow. There is, however, a technical problem.
Guarda, puzza tantissimo questo coso. Voglio tenerlo per domani. Perché ho paura che puzzi anche quello. No, infatti lo lavo nella doccia stasera.
Okay, I don't know how much you're interested in this information. However, I think the washing machine washed the balaclava wrong and now it smells like rotten flesh. But I only have one more spare and I'd rather keep it for the race, so we will drive in the stench. How cool is the night? I feel like I'm a Le Mans. We have put one set of new Pirelli tires, but unlike the Naska, with these tires you have to learn to take advantage of the mega grip that you have in the first 2 laps right away. So it's going to be complicated. This is the 3rd lap of qualifying with these tires, so they dropped a little bit, but it took me some time to get used to them. After all, it's my first time with this car and I'm not used to use these kind of tires. So, we are ready for another timed lap. Let's see if I can improve my previous lap time. We are now on the straight of Misano. Look at this. I lost a little bit. The tires are dropping a bit right now, so it's going to be harder to make an improvement, but I will try it. So we brake hard for turn 1, which is actually a chicane. We enter fast in the first one, we enter slower in the second one, and now flat out, 2nd gear, 3rd gear, you have to keep flat out with the rear, which tries to go away. You just have to keep it, and now we brake hard for the slowest corner of the track. Now, I should have used the curb in the outside, but I didn't trust the car enough, so I just kept safe. Now this is very hard, very difficult. You have to accelerate with the car all on the curb. Be careful not to do track limits, and we get to one of the hardest braking of the circuit, the Staccata of Quercia. We brake at 105 meters. We go in 3rd gear, sometime in 2nd. I still didn't figure out properly. We use all the curb in the exit. Be careful not to do track limits, and listen to this. Hard braking for the Tramonto corner. We use all the curb in the inside. We let the car flow in the outside. And now, here, the Porsche engine singing on the straight. 230 kilometers an hour for the scariest braking of the night. Important not to make any mistake. First corner fast, 2nd corner medium, 3rd corner super slow in 2nd gear. We use all the curb in the inside, we use all the banking, we use all the left exit, and then look at this corner. We should do it flat out, but it's very tricky, it's hard to do it. We brake all on the curb on the right. I missed the apex a little bit, but the lap was good. The lap was good. The lap was good. Let's see what it was. 41.5. That's pole position. Pole position. Who would have thought it? And not just the GT4 pole, but also P3 overall, counting the GT3. What a spectacle. What a show. Although, if I compare my lap with the pole position of the European GT4, I'm still 1 second slower than them, so there's a lot to improve.
Ho fatto? Ah, non lo sai? No, non li vedi te. 1,5. Bravo Albi.
Non è male, eh?
Bravo al terzo assoluto. Terzo assoluto.
Puttana, raga!
Bravo.
Gol.
Bravo.
Non è male. So guys, now I can go to destroy myself with sushi all you can eat, because tomorrow morning 7:50 qualifying 2.
Yeah, and then I wonder why I have the belly. So, the qualifying 2 you will see in the race 2 video. So let's just fast forward to Saturday night. The heat today is excruciating. It's even worse than it was in Vallelunga with your NASCAR. Fortunately, we are racing in the evenings, so it will be less tough. 30-minute race, even longer than your NASCAR. I start on pole position with the 2007 car, behind me all the late model spaceships. Will I be able to defend myself with the old lady? We are ready to start my first Porsche race ever. We are just 7 cars on the grid, but the level of some drivers is pretty good, so it's not going to be easy. Very important to do a good start, very important to turn first in the first corner, and then we will see what happens for the next 30 minutes. There we are, on the straight of Misano War Circuit. Oh, it's already green! I didn't expect that. Probably also the other cars didn't expect it, so that was a big advantage for me. Somebody got stuck at the start, so I brake hard. I turn in P1 in the first corner. I see Andrea Fontana trying to overtake him in the outside with the other Porsche from out Orlando, but I am in P1, so now head down. I just have to do everything I can to keep the position and try to gain as much as possible, especially considering that the driver in P2, in P2, Tommaso Lovati got stuck at start, so this is going to be a great jolly for me, a great joker for me. Whoa! It's tricky, it's tricky. In the first lap, this car is very tricky, but I am in P1, and now I just have to fly away.
Naska chiude un altro passaggio in 1.43, 826, è l'unico a scendere sotto il muro nell'1.44. Naska continua con una gara a parte e mediamente guadagna Alberto Naska, sinora protagonista assoluto di questa prima manche del campionato. In questo momento sotto la bandiera scacchi va a vincere Alberto Naska, gara 1.
Well, who would have thought it? Pole position and victory at the first time that I seen this car. P1 from the first to the last lap. I just really don't know what to say, guys. I'm super happy about this for myself and for the team, who worked so hard to give me a fast and well-balanced car in my hands. So, it was an easy win, right? Actually, absolutely not. Because you didn't see it, but in the second half of the race, I was steadily losing on every lap, and the car in P2 was coming for me. So, did I drop the pace? Yeah. Could I go faster than him? Probably not. You know, the only reason why I won was in the start, because nobody expected the green to go so early, and so I fooled them all, and in fact, and after that, Andrea Fontana, with very used tires and an engine problem, so he couldn't keep my pace, kept the second position for half of the race and slowed everybody down, defending himself like a lion. And that was a great teamwork. So at the beginning I took a very big advantage, ran away, and then I just managed the pace until the end. And so, let's enjoy the victory, because I deserved it. Thinking carefully though, there are two things that worry me about tomorrow. First of all, the heat. I still haven't recovered physically from the last race in Vallelunga, and after race 1 today, I was really cooked. Tomorrow we'll race at 5 o'clock with 40 degrees outside. Will I make it? And the second thing that I'm worried about is the BOP. Let me explain. We have a bit more engine, I saw it, which is an advantage. But being a 2007 car, in everything else it struggles so much. The aerodynamics, suspensions, brakes. So on a single lap we are fast. Not faster than the more GT4s, because I was 1 second slower than the European pole position, but we are fast. The big problem, however, is on the race pace, because as soon as the tires drop, this car becomes so hard to drive, that it's really hard to keep it on the road. We're talking about an old Porsche after all. So the question is, will I be able to repeat the victory tomorrow? I have many doubts.